Today I'm going to do a practice where I'm going to read a prayer called the Toldos prayer, and then we're going to spend some time writing a letter to the most relevant aspect of something higher. So starting with who we are, I am conscious spirit guided with a bodily, soulfully accounted portion of days. We're in between limits and unlimited, now and the world to come, and we can relate to the enormity and still commit. There's a core point coiling forward with a front, back, right, left, up, down, inside momentum, outside momentum, and we're observing this. So now I'll read the prayer. It's called the Toldot prayer. Thank you, Hashem, King of Kings and Master of the world. Hashem here means the name, because there is no name that could hold that which we mean, and even the titles that might seem divinely given still do not do justice. Out of respect, we say the name, Hashem in Hebrew. Thank you for the infinite times you helped me, supported me, rescued me, and encouraged me, cared me, and guarded over me and made me happy. And thank you for always being with me. Thank you for giving me the strength to observe your commandments, to do good deeds and pray. Thank you for all the times you helped me and I didn't know how to say thank you. Thank you for all the loving kindnesses you do for me each and every moment. Thank you for every breath I breathe. Thank you, Hashem, for all the things I do have, and thank you, Hashem, even for the things I don't have. Thank you, Hashem, for my periodic difficulties, my occasional setbacks, and for the times when I don't feel happy. Because everything is for my ultimate benefit, even if I don't see it's always for my best. Deep in my heart, I know that everything that comes from you is the very best for me and designed, especially for me in precision and exacting divine providence, of which only the King of Kings is capable. Thank you for the periodic times that are difficult for me, for only that way they enable me to fully appreciate the good times, for only after being in darkness one can appreciate the light. Thanks for the wonderful life you've given me. Thank you for every little thing I have, for everything comes from you and no one else. Thanks for always listening to my prayers. Creator of the world, I apologize from the bottom of my heart for all the times I didn't appreciate what you gave me, and instead of thanking you, I only complained. And despite the fact that every person can relate to that, we all kind of understand it in our own way because it comes into all our relationships with everyone else in our life. Whether we're able to see them, be grateful, whether the space is a gift. You know, people want space, people want attention. They're two conflicting things sometimes. So, and the Hashem aspect here is that I am connecting with the man named Jacob, the patriarch, the father of the 12 tribes, and the daughter Dinah, 13. And so I'm writing in my journal, whatever journal you have, you're going to write a letter connecting with that. So I write the date 1/20/23, and I wrote at the top. So what is Hashem to me today is God of Yaakov, God of Jacob. Now Jacob became Yisrael. So Yisrael is God wrestler or straight to God. So the idea of what makes a Jew is that you control yourself. And not to the point where you're not being yourself, but you control the urges that are not in line with the true self. And restraint means self-respect. That's some of it. And then also modesty, not needing credit. So all of these kind of give straight to God, right? Straight to God the credit and blame, straight to God the control and the trust. And then you have God wrestler, you're kind of wrestling with the same energy that God gave you. God made everything, God gave you urges, God gave you desires. And so God made you a God wrestler. You're not wrestling against God, you're wrestling with God, for God. So whatever that means to you, if you don't like it, choose something else. But so the God of Jacob is also the God of Yisrael. And Jacob, when he met the angel that protected the blessings of his brother, who was considered the bad one, he had to wage war with him as a godly messenger. Only when he was touched so deeply by the darkness could he become Yisrael, straight to God. So, or the God wrestler. He didn't have the kids, as far as I know, he didn't have his children after that. He had all his kids before that. And some might say that it was when he touched the inner devil, which he didn't have before. His brother had one and he didn't have one. He didn't have anything telling him to do anything wrong. So when he met his brother, and then when he met the angel, the brothers, the the blessings had a protective angel that said you have to have an inner devil that you fight. Maybe this is a possible interpretation in order to earn the rights. How could you make a good vessel if you're not willing to use all that energy against your own urges? So his brother and him had a long history where they were twins, and he was born first, and the other brother, Esav, was born first, and he held on to Esav's heel. So his name is Yaakov, Akev, heel. And one of them liked icons and the physical world and felt part of it, and the other one wanted to get out of it and kind of isolate himself to learn and subtle experiencing. And so the one who was more subtle, his mother advised him to go when his father was going to die and bless the other brother, the firstborn. She advised him to dress up as his brother, and even though the father is said to have known, he knew that his wife would do that, or he knew that that's what was going to happen. But he was very shocked. He couldn't believe it happened, and he was afraid of his son a little bit, who was crying out after he heard what happened, that he lost his firstborn rights. But there's another piece to the story that before that, when Yaakov was making a lentil stew, red lentil, his brother showed up and said, I'm not being a great hunter today, didn't get any of my own. And he gave it to him at the condition that he's willing to forfeit his birthright. And he had scorned it. He said, I don't care about being firstborn. What does it matter? But it was in moments of probably brokenness. And but yet it had a big impact, because eventually his brother, which got those blessings, ended up marrying the two sisters that probably one of them was supposed to be for his brother. The one that he married that was supposed to be for his brother used to cry all the time and didn't want to be with him, and had actually had six of his sons, half of all of them. Each one of these two sisters came with a handmaid who had a couple kids as well. So there was the two sisters, one had 2 children, one had 6, and then the other 2 handmaids each had 2. And so she matched 3 other women. And so she was definitely very connected with bringing life into the physical world, but she didn't end up with the brother who was connected with the physical world, and the blessings reflected that. So whatever's being touched in you, hearing all of this, just journal. I'm going to give some minutes, just like a page, just whatever's coming up, get it out of your chest, interact directly with the experience. And I'll add that because I've been doing this for a long time, I'll say that who knows what emotions will come up. Sometimes I cry, sometimes I'm so happy. Don't take it personal. Just allow whatever needs to come out to the God of Yaakov to be said. Excuse me. Maybe another 2 minutes. You can keep going as long as you need to, but for this time. Excuse me. Wishing you a beautiful weekend, Shabbat if you keep it. I look forward to seeing you soon.